Welcome again. I'm the Lip Doctor. I'm so happy that you're joining me on my YouTube page today. I have such an exciting story to tell. The procedure that we're going to do today is on none other than Samantha Barbash, or Miss Foxita, who is the Queen of Wall Street. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with her, the Queen of Wall Street, or Miss Foxita, is also the real Romona. J-Lo played her in the movie The Hustler, which was all the rage last year. So I just wanted to give you a little background information on her visit because we had such an awesome time together. First of all, she's a blast. She has a great spirit and energy, warm energy. She's very sweet and inviting. She's very petite and tiny also. You know, I'm not that tall, but I feel like I always tower over our guests sometimes. So, but you know, so she has a big personality in a little body. And on that particular day, she actually was newly engaged and was celebrating her birthday. So we had a very special moment with her. You guys know we always serve champagne to the guests and make it a very inviting experience. So we were there to get some information from her on the movie and her life and her story, not just to do a procedure. So the procedure that we did was, we asked her specifically, what were some of your chief complaints? That's question number one for all of our visitors. And so, to be very honest with you, she doesn't really need anything. And I don't say that all the time, but she was completely smooth and flawless, to be perfectly honest. But some of her concerns were she likes a more dramatic brow lift. So that's one of my specialties. I actually love doing brow lifts. They're great before vacations, and they're great just when you have a very special event. You look like you're more sophisticated when you don't mean to. so Botox brow lifts are, you go to a provider that does a great brow lift, stick with them. And then we followed that up with something that was very interesting that I think you'll appreciate. We treated her neck bands, which are a common issue for women of all ages, because some of us tend to sleep. There's a famous Kardashian episode where Khloe's like, oh, I sleep to the side and I have these really strong bands on my neck. And then I remember the Beverly Hills Housewives. Kyle went in and got hers treated with filler. And so it's become more and more popular. People are concerned at all ages. And I recently had mine microneedled also, which had phenomenal results. So there are different ways that you can treat neck bands. Some can be treated with Botox just for a quicker response and a pull, and I think preventatively it's also a nice alternative. It's simple, there's no downtime, it doesn't last as long, but guess what? Over the course of 5 to 10 years, you'll have less and less of a significant line there. So that's why Botox is always advantageous to try. And then fillers are great. They last a little longer than the Botox, but over time they'll completely dissolve, but you get an instant result. So with Botox, you have to wait for the result. With filler, you don't. Also consider, as a final result, plasma in that area. I like plasma everywhere. The reason why is because it helps to promote collagen. It makes the skin look tighter, more youthful. It's one of the safest products you can use. It's your own body's natural proteins. It's just a win-win. Plus, the fact that you naturally, especially if you begin to, I like for my patients to promise me that they will do it at a minimum of 2 times within a year if they're going to do that procedure, because it's one of those procedures that you want to do cumulatively for maximum results. In her case, she opted for Botox and filler. Perfect combination, right? Because Botox, we know, is going to completely smooth them. The Filler, we know, is going to start giving her an immediate result and it's placed directly in the line. Botox is not placed directly in the line. So guess what happens? If her Botox her result begins to diminish over the course of the next 2 to 3 months, that filler is still there for a good 4 to 5 months. So that's a win-win combination to treat that area. I'm pretty sure that by watching the video, you will have a good understanding of how long the procedure takes. I would say it takes anywhere from about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how many products you selected first to do in that visit. I typically don't add a lot of anesthesia for the procedure. You can use a little bit of 1% lidocaine. I try not to. It causes blanching, and sometimes it just looks a little unsightly after. And it's a quick procedure. I like to just use a topical anesthetic. I usually place my Botox first, my filler second, and in this case, you get to watch the steps, and I would love some feedback. So if you have any questions about this procedure, what time of the year to do it, how often to do it, please let us know. If you're one of those sleepers that tends to crease a little bit and you have strong lines, I could tell you more about my personal journey and the microneedling and how successful my results were. I also, in the wintertime, I have products that I like to use that are more exfoliating and they help to tighten the skin. I use a retinol on my product, on my décolleté, as well as my neck and my face and under eye. And that also gives you a tightening result. Unfortunately, you get some drying in between, but you just add heavier moisturizers this time of the year. It's winter in New York, so we have to, make sure we add on those additional moisturizers. Miss Foxita gave us the tea on J-Lo in that role. So turns out that there were some parts that weren't portrayed properly, and she really could have investigated a little better and done more research. And that's why it's really important when you copyright people, you do a good job at it. I won't go into any more detail about that. You'll have to tune into my Instagram page for her commentary regarding that issue. And then we also gave some feedback on people that were concerned about had questions about her new line of products that are olive oil based. It's a great moisturizer, but do we think that's the secret in Hollywood? Absolutely not, guys. They're doing all this stuff that we have in our offices, and they've been doing it much longer than us. So if you want the full scoop, you'll have to tune into my Instagram, and I'm sure you'll learn plenty of tea on there. I want to thank you all for tuning into our videos. We're getting a great response. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And you can always comment below on new ideas, and I'll be sure to show you all those procedures and introduce you to some of our favorite celebrities.